What are you drinking, Linda?
Limeade.
Already? It's 9 o'clock.
Well, I took an Oxycontin and I didn't have anything to swallow.
What's good, people? It's Jay Coffee on the vid. And y'all seen that right there, man. I had to throw that in there. Had me cracking the fuck up before we get into the news, man. I don't know what's up with Linda. I don't know where that came from. Like, is that a skit? I don't think it's a skit. I think it's for real, for real. She drinking the limeade bright and early, right? 9 a.m. an alcoholic beverage to wash down the pain pills, man. That's the only way, right? Hey, for real though, not trying to encourage anyone to go out there drinking and popping pills, but let's just be honest, right? For those who did ever used to fluck around with some pain pills or whatever, did you like to chase it down with an alcoholic beverage? Tap in and let me know in them comments. And let me know if you got quite a kick out of this Linda clip as well, man. With her old crazy ass.
Right before we get to the corner. Multiple gun salute. Oh, well, my assistant has my gun. You know what I'm saying? She has my gun. It's in my book bag. She not even knowing it's in my book bag, but the second I get out of cars or whatever, like my assistant comes in. You know what I'm saying? She immediately takes whatever's out of my hand. Okay. You know what I'm saying? She does her job. She takes whatever's out of my hand and just makes it. She makes Mr. Kirk's life easier. That's what she gets paid to do. It's my personal assistant, executive assistant. So I go, you want to go right here? You right here? We hit the gunshot. Boom, 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 boom. She scared as hell. She damn near on the ground. There's people fall, scattered. Me too. I'm getting low too. I don't got no fucking gun at this time. You get what I'm saying? These motherfuckers shoot. Boom, 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 boom. I got to get low too. I tell her, give my gun. Give my bag. Give my bag. Get my bag. I don't even pull the gun out. I just got the gun inside of the book bag, but I got the gun just. And now I'm turning around this way. I don't know who's shooting, so I'm at the same corner, but I'm like around the corner behind whatever's right here in front of me. You get what I'm saying? It's a car, whatever. It's fucking shots being fired, so whatever. But I ain't never go back down there. Okay. Never went back down off of First Street. Never went towards nothing. You know what I'm saying? Never. A couple people come running up. That was from back there. Blase shot. Blase shot. He on the ground. He on the ground shot. He can't move. He on the ground. He can't move. And I'm like, shot by who? Because the people who shot him are still out here. They still shooting. Still shooting.
All right, y'all, you hear that clip. What do you know? What do you say, man? The baby interrogation room video, audio, it's out, man. And that's just a clip of it. It's very brief. What I share with y'all, it's actually like 70 minutes in its entirety, just over an hour. And this, comes from last year, June 1st of 2021, man. And the baby's just unstoppable. Like, this dude's been through so many situations, you know what I'm saying? From Walmart to Cam Coldhire, R.I.P. Cam Coldhire, to the individual who was trespassing at his crib, what was that, like 6 months ago, to his baby moms, to everything we see, to almost getting canceled. Y'all remember that for them comments. That really was a close call, those comments. Y'all remember that? He was losing a lot of cash flow, getting, dropped from dates he was booked for and everything. And, oh, yeah, his baby mom's brother also. Like, the baby just seems to come out on top in every controversy or situation he finds himself in, whether it be the law, with the ops. The baby's untouchable. Like, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? But you hear him here talking about his assistant, this, that, and the third. The shots were going off. It sounded like a very wild scene. And you know where this happened at? Prime 112. Y'all remember? That's the spot in Miami Beach where Freddie Gibbs got the beats from Jim Jones, and whoever he was with. It's like, that seems like such a fancy spot. I bet you out there, they're like, yo, we need these rappers to stop coming. Shootouts, fights. We can't have the hip hop rappers over here. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Comment and let me know if you think that's what Prime 112 is talking about. I don't know. But anyways, man, it was a crazy scene. It sounds like a couple people were arrested. the baby wasn't. He was questioned and he got up out of there. Now, I'm wondering if people are going to say, yo, the baby was snitching. Now, he did talk about the whole situation, but he did make it clear with the police, I'm not going to court. I will not testify in court. He was just telling his side of the story to justify why he had to bust them shots. You know, he played this thing right. He played this thing perfectly, in my opinion, if y'all ask me. But I want to know what you guys think. But for real, what a crazy scene. He comes out of Prime 112 and, you know, he says he hears shots going off. You know what I mean? He ducks down. He tells his assistant, hurry up, pass me the bag. It had the strap in it. I guess he said the assistant didn't even know. I'm going to pin the link to the whole interrogation jump off if y'all want to go check it out. But anyways, these couple individuals, I guess, who were shooting at him or whatever, hopped in a car that belonged to someone in the baby's entourage and started pulling up on him with that thing out the window, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because the officer, when he's saying this, is like, so you're saying that you indeed admit that you were busting shots? And he's like, hell yeah, they already stole a car, they already clapped someone, they're pulling up on me with them things out. You know what I mean? I had to duck for cover, have the assistant hand me that jump off in the bag that she didn't even, or he, whoever, didn't even know it was up in there, and I had to return fire. Now, what's even crazier in all this is there was another altercation, I guess, that was almost simultaneously going down that happened to involve the baby, like someone from his entourage as well. I don't believe there were no shots fired in that one, or maybe there was, because this one guy said someone from the baby's entourage, this rapper Wisdom. Comment if y'all are familiar with Wisdom. I don't know if he's still on the baby's roster under his label or whatever he's got, but he ended up getting booked in this whole situation on attempted murder. I'm not really sure what's going on with the case. Not really a lot of updates out there. I believe it had to have been thrown out or whatever, because if you go to the man's social media, he's still shaking and moving, going about business as usual. But I don't really see any signs of him and the baby still rocking together. This is Wisdom. You can find him on the gram at the Notorious Wisdom. But I could be wrong on that. I could be tripping, but it just, I don't know if they still fluck with each other. But dude said that Wisdom snuffed him and also chased him with the strap. And Wisdom got booked on the attempt murder, and this other dude, Christopher Urena, got arrested as well. And I guess he was the dude that hopped in the car that belonged to someone from the baby's entourage and was busting shots and pulling up on them. And you want to know what he tried to tell the police when he was asked about it? He said, man, I didn't steal that car. I came out and the car was blocking valet, so I was just trying to move it. You know what I'm saying? Do my duty as a citizen, as a good Samaritan. Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's wild. I guess he had to try and say something. Now, when you see the baby in there, though, comment, guys. Let me know your reaction to this whole situation. Again, I pinned the link below if you want to go check that whole 70-minute jump off out. Again, this was just a brief clip. But it's kind of wild at first to see the baby talking it out with the police. Again, like I shared with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Coffee ain't no gangster, you know what I mean? I'm a square nerd. Just doing my... journalistic type ish right here. But you see, he played this right. Again, like I say, from my point of view, he must have felt that they knew he busted shots and he had to lay it out, because the baby obviously is not a dumb individual. Like I said, he's avoided being booked in other situations. Like, flat out, we seen an individual lose their life and the baby walked away from that one. So it's kind of wild at first when you see it like that. He's not in there with an attorney, or he just didn't flat out tell him, like, I need my lawyer. I ain't saying ish. But in the end, it all worked out for him. But, as I stated in the beginning of this whole little spiel here, the baby seems to be untouchable, bulletproof. He can't lose. But with all the success that he's had, with everything he's got going on, he needs to kind of chill out, man. We've been seeing him posting a lot, doing the family thing and everything like that, and doing these concert dates and everything. Like, baby needs to just slow it down and move like that more often, and not be out here getting into it with his entourage, getting mixed up with individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's had all these wins and all these situations, but you can only get into the controversy so many times before things can go the other way. You know what I mean? Like, you can win a million times, but one L can be all it takes. You only got to lose once. You could lose your life. You could lose your freedom. You could lose your career. It could go all bad, you know? That's what's wild with rappers. I mean, this is not something we don't know. A lot of the times when the drama gets to going on, it's the entourage. It's not the artists themselves. But let me know your thoughts on this whole situation. The baby's crazy, man. But moving into our next little segment that we got here, R.I.P. to the GOAT, Tupac, of course. And listen, you know, it comes up in conversation all the time. What would the world be like? What would the rap game be like? You know, this, that, and the third, if Tupac were still here, were still alive. We heard that old crazy off the wall ish that T-Pain said. Like, what the fuck was T-Pain talking about? You know what I mean? But I found it rather interesting that Napoleon of the Outlawz, which, you know, I don't believe he goes by that name currently anymore. He's all about his faith and everything at this stage of his life. But he did an interview over there on Cam Capone, and it was very interesting to me what Tupac's plans were for himself and the Outlawz, you know, if everything went as planned. You feel me? You know, Napoleon, it was interesting too. As I've always pointed out, man, I like the Outlawz. Comment and let me know if y'all rock with the Outlawz. We know they're not an active group anymore. Some members have passed away. Some members just moved on from hip hop and all that, you know, doing different things in life. But Napoleon was saying he was like the newest outlaw, I guess, the last one to be an outlaw. And Pac was kind of like to keep them semi-underground, so people didn't know who exactly they were, because he wanted them to be able to almost kind of move with anonymity and have the upper hand in those situations. You know what I'm saying? Because they were commenting. Let me know if y'all seen the whole Cam Capone Pac interview, or Cam Capone Napoleon interview regarding Pac, because they talked about the Quad City situation and a lot of other things like that came to beef and all that kind of ish. But you know, Napoleon was stating right before Tupac passed, he had already let them know the things were about to start to get a lot more active with the Outlawz, as he was launching Machiavelli Records, which I believe the 7 Day Theory came out under that label. But he was going to use that to really push the Outlawz career and everything, which, man, I really wish that would have happened. You know what I mean? Like, these dudes really flucked with each other. They were family. I mean, y'all heard the story, right? When Pac passed away, the Outlawz mixed a little bit of Pac's ashes in a blunt so they could, you know, smoke and inhale him into them, they said, like, and kind of take a little bit of Pac with them forever. That's real talk. Like, y'all can fact check that and everything. That's how close they were. Some people may say that kind of sounds kind of morbid or kind of twisted, as we hear people nowadays talking about smoking packs and this and that. Totally different vibes of what the Outlawz were doing. They did it to honor Pac. I believe they said they went to the beach. That was the type of place Pac liked to chill, and that was how it all went down, right? But listen to this, though. Napoleon said Pac had a plan to buy a whole bunch of land in Atlanta, and he wanted to build a compound with a house, with, like, where they all had their own crib. You know what I'm saying? All the Outlawz had their different cribs, and Pac had a crib, and they were gonna set up shop like that. Like, that was just wild for me to hear. You know, like, Pac was planning for the future, for real. You know what I mean? Like, I'll kind of leave this at that, and just I wanted to share that with y'all and see what you guys thought. If you didn't hear that interview, you know, that he wanted to kind of almost in a sense build their own little town or their own little private community, their own compound, you know? Like, Tupac wasn't just thinking for tomorrow. Tupac wasn't just thinking small time. You know, who knows what other kind of stuff Pac had, you know, planned, you know, up his sleeve and all that. It's kind of wild, too. We actually see Daz Dillinger is currently doing that right now. You know what I mean? I believe he's going to have a studio, all kinds of stuff going on out there. So maybe he saw that from Tupac or heard about that. Pac had that plan and kind of said, yo, that's smart. I want to do that as well. But for real, I think Tupac would have, you know, continued to grow and transitioned into being much, much more than hip hop. You know what I mean? It sounds so cliche to just say it, as it's been said so many times, but the hip hop world, the fans, society, America, just everyone, you know, lost a real special individual with Tupac. But jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on all that. If you watch the interview again, let me know. Let me know some other interesting parts of the interview. I'll pin a link to that interview below as well. But it's a must see, a must watch. Go check it out. R.I.P. Tupac. And you know, I had said that he was gonna push Machiavelli Records or whatever. A Tupac Outlawz album was gonna drop right then, back around the time shortly after he passed away. We know we did end up getting that album around 99, 2000, The Still I Rise. Dope album. Comment and let me know if y'all rock with that album, y'all fuck with that album. But I don't know, it just didn't seem to really get pushed like that. It's a shame, man. Like, I really rocked with the music that the Outlawz made. And man, then last up to just close this video out, Charleston White, you know, we saw him get into it with Soulja Boy. We see him get pressed by Pyru, right? Charleston was kind of hiding behind a girl in that one, man. For real. I know, like, people either love or hate Charleston White. And the ones that love him are going to hate that I said that, but he was kind of hiding behind that female. But as I stated, you know, there is a lot of people that love Charleston White. You know, they really feel he's trying to make a difference. You know, like he is playing a character, but he has a message behind what he's doing in it. And a lot of people that don't like Charleston White, like, for instance, just someone popping in my head right now, AD and No Jumper don't really seem to care for him. But he even says, yo, a lot of the stuff that man says is on point, you know. But then he goes off the wall saying things about the R word, violating women and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? What's wrong with you, you know? But after getting in these two little incidents and altercations, I wonder why he didn't pull the mace out, the pepper spray with the Pyru dude, you know what I mean? And man, and still looking back on Soulja Boy, that's always gonna follow Soulja Boy around, that he took an L like that, you know? Everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people been, you know, talking about, man, if I see Charleston White, I'm gonna slap him or this, that, and the third. And Soulja Boy turns out to be the one that first, you know, gets him with the arm's reach of him, and he gets that mace. Soulja Boy couldn't do nothing but try to play it all off and laugh it off, you know? Because on top of getting maced, Charleston White did indeed expose that Soulja Boy's story didn't necessarily add up. He was kind of lying, you know? But peep this. Charleston White, you know, name is extra buzzing right now, and he ends up doing an interview with DJ Academics. And again, let me know if you guys seen this interview or not. But man, to me, in my opinion, it seems he really, really wants to get tapped in with Academics and 6ix9ine and that whole little clique there. The only thing is, we know 6ix9ine's rocking with Whack 100 at the moment, and Charleston White and Whack 100 do not get along at all. But he went on there saying that 6ix9ine is courageous. I can't recall if he used the term hero, but he said he was courageous for what he did, standing up and snitching and everything. And like, he was just bigging up 6ix9ine's name, like we haven't seen anyone do in quite some time. As we know currently, these days, 6ix9ine is not even a fraction as far as momentum and a buzz and popularity that he used to be. You guys remember a couple years ago, everything this guy did went insanely viral on the internet. But Charleston White was just very complimentary of him. And, you know, I get it. A lot of the stuff that Charleston White talks about regarding the streets, like fuck the streets, who cares about the street code, that ish is a myth. And listen, I'm not saying I disagree with that. I tell you guys all the time that I'm a square and an internet nerd, and that I myself will snitch on someone. You know what I mean? So, you know, we know that's how Charleston White is always speaking out against the streets. And I got to add, too, I don't know if you guys seen that update. He said he's trying to press charges on Soulja Boy and someone else. He's talking about he wants to get them a RICO case. I mean, yo, they try to press you. And, you know, he's talking about we got footage of them brandishing weapons online and threatening me and everything. Like, yeah, that could have definitely probably be a case, but how's it going to be a RICO case? He's getting a little carried away. But with 6ix9ine, you know, or I'm sorry, with Charleston White always speaking out against all that kind of stuff and exposing that a lot of rappers are lying and don't believe everything you hear, it totally makes sense for him to agree with 6ix9ine doing that. But you got to go check the interview out. You know, it makes sense for him to agree with it, but he was going beyond that and was really, really like boosting 6ix9ine up and shouting him out big time. Like, what do y'all think, man? Do you agree with me that it seems that he wants to get tapped in with Ak and 6ix9ine and have a rapport with them and be a part of that team? Like I said, we know Wack flux with them. So, you know, could y'all see Charleston White becoming a part of their little movement they got going on? Will Wack 100 make nice with him? Will they squash the issue? What are your thoughts about it all? Tap in the comments, as well as all these other topics we hit on. And again, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned. Y'all know we got daily videos coming, music, news, sports, and more. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.